Brian Particelli, toofab.com. Pleasure to meet both of you.
Hi, thanks for having us.
I got to ask first off, just what you've been asked about more today, Channing Tatum's ass or Brad Pitt? And does one tire talking about either of them?
I love Daniel's response about working with both of them. What is it?
Brad, I didn't because I'm not in any scenes with him, and I didn't rush to
But you
set.
did go on a set after he'd been there.
I've been dressed by the same people who dressed him.
See?
That's like
See?
like his best friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was very, very fun. I forgot the beginning of the question now.
Yeah, and what was it like with working with both of them? So Channing.
Oh, and we've definitely been asked more about Channing's ass today.
Channing's
As somebody
ass.
who has not been answering that question, I can 100% confirm Channing's ass has come up. It's probably our modal question for the day.
All right. Well, I will move past both of them. I wanted to ask, just like Alan, his first book cover, he's kind of embarrassed about. I'm just curious for each of you, if you could name a project that you maybe were once embarrassed about, or maybe jaded or cynical, but came around to once you, saw how it was embraced by fans.
After you.
Go ahead, no, please go.
No, I think honestly, like when I was on Harry Potter and dressed as a schoolboy, it didn't feel like the coolest thing in the world at the time. And it's been honestly later that I have looked back and I'm like, oh no, that was incredibly cool. And I do feel that now for sure.
Yeah, it's epic. Yeah, you stumped me with the, fans coming around later on. I have one there, no one came around to, and I'm still embarrassed I was in. It's called Speed 2. And I'm very vocal about it. Makes no sense. Slow boat, slowly going towards an island.
Well, I will tell you, I enjoyed that movie as a teenager.
Were you high?
I was 12.
Okay, so you weren't high. Okay, so it answers my question. So that's one that I wished I hadn't done, and no fans came around that I know of, except for you. So
I'll be the one.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I feel like it's quite a kind of cult love though as
Very
well.
quiet,
Okay.
like amongst like maybe 5 people. Him and the other 4 12-year-olds that were watching
I mean,
the slow boat
what we
going
had.
towards the tiny island. Yeah.
And I got to ask about this shoot. It looked pretty grueling, especially for you, Sandra,
Yeah.
not so much for Daniel.
Correct.
but
He
which
had to
set-
stay dry. He had to stay dry in humidity, and that hair
it
had to
looked
hold it.
challenging.
It was challenging.
Being very nice. I my main mission was not sweating. Sandra and Channing were in the
Sweating.
thick of it.
Yeah.
I
It
was gonna.
was crazy. It was beautiful, yet it was absolute insanity. We were in a pandemic, then we had an epidemic. Hundreds of our crew, we all went down with some parasite. Then there were
I heard.
out of our arms, and we almost lost our first AD. He was in the hospital, and other people were in the hospital. And, we became very careful. We were already cautious and scared because of the pandemic. But
Yeah.
look, we had gorgeous terrain. We'd all been locked in a house for a year and a half. We had 2 producers who were total bitches and made sure that everyone followed the rules. And it's like, we just wanted everyone to go home the same way they got there. And we took great pride in that. And it was like, and also to have the freedom of interacting with safe human beings. We wanted, we wanted reconnecting with anybody. And I felt, it was worth it. It's definitely worth it.
I was going to say, it was a blast to watch. I hope we get more of them. I hope this is a franchise in the making. And we break that sequel curse with you, Sandra.
Oh, Jesus. I know. It's like every one of them has been an absolute stinker.
Oh, that's so
You have nothing but success with sequels. You're like, one was better than the other.
Based on my
They were
career.
built in.
But they're all brilliant.
Yeah.
Mine are all stinkers.
Well,
sure
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
Good
you.
much.
luck in the future and have a good one.